video, we begin by exploring the two main branches of statistics, namely one, descriptive statistics, and then two, we have inferential statistics. You see, in the world of descriptive statistics, this involves the use of graphs, tables, like this one, and numerical measures. Think about the mean, the average of the scores. That is an example of a numerical measure. When you use any of these statistical tools to represent insights in data, we say that you are using the methods of descriptive statistics. On the other hand, when we talk about inferential statistics, this involves making propositions or statements about a population of interest or a group of interest. And we usually do that using data collected from a part of that group or population of things that we're interested in, if it is possible to access the entire population. So statistical inference relies heavily on an inductive reasoning process when we're using sample data to make generalizations about the entire population. What does the inductive reasoning process involve? Inductive reasoning process usually moves from specific observations, what you observe from just a few, and using the information you get from a few to make broader generalizations. So, this will involve also the use of probability to determine how confident we are about conclusions that we draw from data. Okay, and why do we need a little bit of probability? Remember, in the earlier example on introduction to statistical thinking, we asked questions like, if samples change, would the numbers that we get from those samples change? This means that we are interested in measuring the variability in our observed what numbers from one sample to another. Well, in order to measure how likely a particular value will occur or not, probability will be a very good tool to use. So we proceed. You see, so far we've said that in the world of statistics, we can either use descriptive methods or inferential statistical methods. Well, we are going to drill a little bit further. For inferential methods, they can either be in the form of estimation or two, hypothesis testing. When would we use any of this? This picture might help us with that question. So let's say the research question is to look at this claim. Fast food customers prefer McDonald's over Burger King's fries. Is that true? Is it false? Is it a majority? Well, someone seems to be making an assertion here or a claim, or someone seems to be hypothesizing. If that person wants us to answer this question or test this claim statistically, we would use the methods of hypothesis testing. On the other hand, if I ask this research question, what is the average age of a or typical age of an XYZ university student? You would notice that we are interested in a particular value which is currently unknown. To find an unknown value and ensure that the value we get is an educated one, we would need estimation processes. We need to estimate the unknown value. So consider 1 and 2 of the scenarios. In this case, we ask what percentage of students drink energy boosting drinks? What do you think? Would you use estimation or hypothesis testing? Well, since we're finding an unknown value, I would pass this off as an estimation problem. On the other hand, someone has made a claim here, or seems to be hypothesizing by saying Goodyear tires will last at least 60,000 miles. Is that claim true? Is that hypothesis false? We would need some form of testing. So the appropriate method to use there would be hypothesis testing procedures.